On Laveritatv Storytime, I am Kende Mohammed. I would like to appreciate all our viewers out there for all the comments, suggestions, and contributions so far. But before we go deep into today's narration of the story, let's go for a quick break and I'll be
Truth is told. Tune in, be inspired. Your story unfolds. From darkness to light, Kenny's stories told. Redemption and hope, a journey to unfold. Laveritatv.
I'm the Desmond. Congratulations, you qualified to the next round of the competition.
Are you ready to take your seat in the hot seat? Welcome to the Hot Seat Quiz Competition Season 2, where brilliance meets opportunity and young minds shine in mathematics, English, current affairs, and general knowledge.
It was Square Lagos. Option C, National Assembly Complex. And
This is not just a quiz, it's a platform to build, nurture, expose, and reward the brightest students across our schools. First position 500,000 naira, second position 300,000 naira, and third position 200,000 naira.
Power 5, that's the right answer.
Think you've got what it takes? Then step forward, take the challenge, and claim your place among champions. Powered by Laveritatv Productions and supported by Adekunle Komolafe Foundation. To participate, donate 5,000 naira to Adekunle Komolafe Foundation or scan this barcode. Registration closes on the 15th of May 2026. For participation, sponsorship, and partnership, please call. Don't just watch greatness, be part of it.
welcome back. And here's the narration of today's story. My name is If. So the society tends to judge ladies who are 30s without husband and children. And I think I am one of those persons that has been judged by the society. But what is without a child or husband? While I was in my 20s, I was a very beautiful girl. I was more like every man's dream. Every man wants to talk to me. Every man wants to be a friend with me. But I had this girlish kind of attitude. I am not ready. I am not ready. And while I clocked my 30s, it became a prayer point. From one prayer house to another. And even my parents were not left out. My mom would always say, Ife, you are not getting any younger. Look at your younger ones, they are all married with kids. When you get old, who will be there for you? Those words at times I act nonchalant to them, but deep inside they pierce my heart. And my life was like that. It was just my career, church, and myself. I became a shadow of myself by the time I was 35. So one of those times when I went to Port Harcourt for a wedding, for a friend's wedding, then I met this handsome looking man. And we started talking at the wedding reception. And he asked me, he said, young lady, what's your name? I said, I am Ife. Well, I think he gave me some words of assurance, which was young lady. That's what I always want to hear. Even though deep inside me, I know I'm not that young, but I want to hear the fact that I still look young. And along the line, we got talking, and after the end of everything, he collected my number. And he said, was it actually okay if he calls me in the evening so I can meet him in the hotel room? I said, no problem, what's the big deal? Are we not just friends? We are friends. And while I got home, he called me and we spoke at length. And he said, what am I doing? I said, I was doing nothing. And he said, okay, can I come over to the hotel room? To his hotel room. I went there and we started discussing. And from our discussion, one thing led to another. And we had sex. But one thing about this same man was that he never hid the fact that he was married. But being that I was already going to my 40s, I didn't see any big deal there. I just feel every fish needs to be eaten. And after that night, I became attached to this man. And the next day we both went back to our base, but we never stopped talking. And everything was moving fine, and along the line, since I'm actually clocking 40, what about having a child for him? And I was like, sure, you are married. They said he's only doing me a favor. You're doing me a favor. Anyways, what do I have to say? I agreed, and we met. And when we met, after 9 months, I gave birth to a child. And he took full responsibility of the child. So everything was moving fine, and there was this my friend in school, and she told me, she said, Ifeoluwa, since you are now in the same state, why not come and visit me in one of those your leisure time? And I said, no problem. And I went there. We greeted, we gisted. And she asked me one question. She said, Ife, I didn't know you were married, because I went there with my child. So I didn't know you were married. I was like, Since the time was actually going on my side, the time was not on my side, and I had to get pregnant, and she was very, very happy. She was like, since you didn't get married, at least having a child will help you. Everything was perfect though. She was happy for me, and I was also happy that at least I had someone who supported everything. Even though I didn't tell her the man responsible was a married man. And when her mom came back, because at that time my mom was staying with her, and when her mom came back and saw my child, and the mom was like, why is this your son looking like? Is it that your friendship is that close that your kids are to look alike? And we just waved it and we laughed over it. We were like, it's the height of the friendship. But it was no big deal to us. I never knew something was about to happen. Later, when it was 5 p.m., she told me, that car you are hearing outside is my husband's car. He's actually back. And when the husband came in, lo and behold, it was the same married man that is the father of my child. And the same married man I've been seeing for years. And I was shocked. But one funniest thing was that when he saw me, he acted like he didn't even know me. And when I saw the way he acted, I also followed suit. We both acted like there was no big deal between us. And we greeted, we laughed and everything. And we even had dinner together before I went back home with my child. But ever since I knew this same man, the father of my child, is also the husband to my friend, my best friend. I've not been myself. Even though the fact that I couldn't attend their wedding then because I was a little bit sick, so I couldn't travel for their wedding. Maybe if I had actually looked past my sickness and went for the wedding, I won't be in this mess I am right now. I now look at my child and I am full with so much regret. Even though I do hear things like a child is a blessing from God, was this particular child a blessing or a curse? Who would actually tell that my friend's husband is also the father of my child? Even though despite the fact that everything happened before I knew the whole issue, it was as if it was an intentional act. But where exactly will I tell my story? I am as guilty as charged, and there is nothing to justify what I've done so far. Even though my friend will always call and ask about the child, but can I be open enough to tell her this child you're asking of is your husband's child? I can't. But how long can I keep the secret? And is it a secret worth taking to my grave? Or I should just open up to my friend and tell her, okay, this child is actually your husband's child. But how long can I take it? And this same issue is affecting the whole of me. I no longer see the child as a blessing. No, I no longer see my child as a blessing. It happens that anytime I see this very child, I tell myself, Ife, you are nothing but a betrayal. But is it actually my fault? No. And at the same time, yes. But anyways, that's what life brings. But anyways, I'm not actually blaming myself. Neither am I blaming the man involved, because why? We've all made mistakes. For the fact that I agreed to follow a married man is already a mistake on its own. But I believe my child is also innocent in all of this. And my main intention of doing this was because I wanted someone that would take care of me while I am old. But I never knew this my decision would be my nightmare. But I believe someone out there might have faced what I'm facing right now, or might have someone who has actually faced the same situation. I'll be in the comment section waiting for your opinions. And if you also like your stories to be shared, you can send an email to contact@laveritatv.productions.com. And for the upcoming Adekunle Komolafe quiz competition, coming up on the 23rd of May 2026 to 4th of July 2026, you can visit our website at www.laveritatv.productions.com with a participation fee of 5,000 naira only. And for our hotels and hospitality management, you can also visit our website at www.laveritatv.hotels.com. And it's a wrap on Storytime with Kenny. I remain your host for the program, Kende Mohammed. See you next time when I bring more amazing, intriguing, and interesting story your way.
The drive to overcome, to rise above. Storytime with Kenny, a story of hope. Laveritatv, where stories come alive.